Section 64 of the Endeavour Journal of Sir Joseph Banks. Journal from 25 August, 1768 to 12 July, 1771, by Joseph Banks. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Gail Timmerman Vaughan. Section 64, June, 1771 and July, 1771. June 1771. 1771 June 1. Trade more moderate and pleasant weather. 1771 June 2. Saw some gulfweed today for the first time. 1771 June 3. This day passed under the sun, and were for the last time a ski. Showers and squalls of wind. Saw more gulfweed. 1771 June 4. Gulfweed rather increased. 1771 June 5. Less gulfweed than yesterday, so lest we should leave its station, we began to catch it by means of a pole with 6 large hooks fastened to its end. Out of it we took Celea pelagica, Medusa porpita, Cynathus pelagicus, and Lophius pelagicus, and Cancer minutus. 1771 June 6. More gulfweed, in which took up several individuals of the aforementioned species, besides which were caught Cancer pelagicus, and a shrimp, not described. Several tropic birds were seen, all of which flew in a straight line toward the coast of Africa. 1771 June 7. Still more gulfweed, in general laying in long lines upon the water, of a very small breadth, but extending in length as far as the eye could reach. More tropic birds were seen, most of which flew as yesterday, and one black shearwater. 1771 June 8. Less gulfweed, 2 tropic birds flying as before. 1771 June 9. Scarce any weed. The water smooth, as if there had been no wind for some time in these latitudes. 1771 June 10. Still light winds and no sea. Very little weed. 1771 June 11. Rather more weed than lately. Quite calm, so that I went out in the boat and took many individuals of all the species mentioned before, but nothing new. 1771 June 12. Water as smooth as in a harbour. Were we in an unknown sea, we should build much on the probability of some land in the neighbourhood. Some porpoises and skipjacks were seen, but very little weed. 1771 June 14. Light winds and smooth water. 2 turtle were seen, and a little gulfweed. 1771 June 15. Saw a small sloop, which we soon outsailed and left behind. No weed at all today. 1771 June 16. Spoke an outward-bound Brazilman, and soon left him. 1771 June 17. Saw 2 ships, very far off. 1771 June 18. Saw 3 New England schooners cruising for whales. Sent a boat on board one, who told us that he had yesterday spoke an outward-bound Englishman, who told him that all was peace in Europe, and that the Spaniards had agreed to pay the Manila ransom with interest in 1 year, and $1 million for damages done at the Falkland Islands. The vessel had by their own account been out 5 weeks and caught nothing. They had chased a whale 60 leagues into File Harbour, into which they could not follow it, as the Portuguese suffer no whaler to go into any of their ports in the Western Islands. They had, they said, no meat on board, but lived upon what they could catch. They sold us readily 4 large albacores, saying that they could catch more. As for American news, King George, they said, had behaved very ill for some time, but they had brought him to terms at last. 1771 June 20. Saw a large ship ahead of us, which on lowering our foretopsail hoisted a flag at her main topsail head. She soon, however, made sail and left us. 1771 June 21. About noon we discovered a fleet of 13 sail of large ships on our weather quarter. These we doubted not were our consorts, the India fleet. 1 shearwater was seen. 1771 June 22. The fleet held so much better a wind than us that they fairly went out of sight to the windward of us, who indeed had split both our topgallant sails in a squall. 1771 June 23. Wind very foul. Saw 1 shearwater. The reason of so few having been seen this passage may be that during their breeding time they do not wander far out at sea. 1771 June 30. Both yesterday and today a few shearwaters were seen. In the night many were about the ship crying very much. July 1771. 1771 July 1. My bitch lady was found dead in my cabin, laying upon a stool on which she generally slept. She had been remarkably well for some days. In the night she shrieked out very loud, so that we who slept in the great cabin heard her, but becoming quiet immediately, no one regarded it. Whatever disease was the cause of her death, it was the most sudden that ever came under my observation. Many shearwaters were about the ship. 1771 July 5. In the night the ship passed through a shoal of mackerels, and in the morning many crabs, and some seaweed was observed, with many shearwaters. 1771 July 6. Several shearwaters and one gannet were seen. Much seaweed, like tape, flattish and narrow. 1771 July 7. Several shearwaters and much tapeweed. The water a little discoloured. Caught lepus signifera floating upon the water, and round congeries, some of which were large enough to fill a man's hat. 1771 July 8. Calm. Went in boat and shot fulmar and Manx puffin of Pennant's British Zoology. Much seaweed, but no lepades. 1771 July 10. This morning the land was discovered by young Nick, the same boy who first saw New Zealand. It proved to be the lizard. 1771 July 12. At 3 o'clock landed at Deal. End of section 64. End of the Endeavour Journal of Sir Joseph Banks. Journal from 25 August 1768 to 12 July 1771 by Joseph Banks.